All right, here we go. Week 7, penny sock, part 4.
So I'm going to turn it around, and I'm going to start at which stitch is which. I'm going to start at this yellow stitch here and just pick them all up and put them on this proper stitches going in from behind. Make sure. Okay. So because I have this yellow loop, orange loop, I know where my stitch should be. There it is. Right on number 18. And now I'm going to work my way across. Now I don't have my sock yarn end here anymore because we tied them back together. So I have to make sure that I have ended on this side again, so that I will have yarn for both sides to seam them up. So I have to be very careful to count my rows, because I wouldn't want to screw that up this late in the game. So do make sure that you have 14 rows of ribbing in tension 2-2 or 3-3 or 3-0, whatever you choose to use. I think it's kind of cool to use 3-0 and have no tension on the ribber at all, or such a tight tension that it balances itself out. I think that's a way to trick your ribbing to be extra tight. But I'm not brave. Maybe we'll do a test run in another project. Okay, I'll bring you back when I'm at the end here. Okay, it's time to transfer again. After I transfer, I will lower the ribber and add the ribber comb. No magic, nothing special. Yeah, I'm going to pause. I just realized that if I start this with the carriage on the left-hand side, I'm going to end on the same side. So what I need to make sure I do is I need to move my carriages to the opposite side and start on the opposite side. Okay, I'm going to lower this down. Ribber comb on. Sneak it in underneath and behind. Not easy. See where I caught that purple one? Okay. Now, before I lift this up, I'm going to move my ribber. remove my carriage, move it to the other side, lock it back on. Now lift the ribber, comb, and the ribber. It's never easy when you need it to be. Okay. Working hard, pulling it down. Not sure what we're caught on. It could just be the amount of stuffing in between the beds. Okay. 2 small barrel weights. Again. Reset our row counter to all zeros. Introduce our yarn. Holding onto the yarn tail. We need to make sure that our knot and work needles are actually knot and work. I'm going to bring them forward. The ones that we're using, not the ones we're not using. And now we're going to knit across our first row. It's going to be a little rough. And for some reason it didn't knit. I'm still in hold. Okay, going to take that out of hold. And we have our yarn caught. Pull that down. All right. Give me a second to manually knit off the parts on the main bed, and then we'll be back. All right, that is all knit off. We're all fixed and everything is happy. We're now going to continue with our 14 rows. Okay, 14 rows. Now we're going to transfer, and then we're going to knit off. Okay, I'm not sure I screwed this up too, but I did. For some reason, I'm going to end on the same side, even though I tried not to end on the same side. Weird, weird, weird. Oh well. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Strange. Not sure what's going on. I'm not sure how I screwed that up. but I should have ended on this side, and I should have been going this direction. I don't know. I guess we'll never know, but I'm glad that I actually have a yarn tail to seam up this side with. So forward, twist, and back. Forward one. So into the loop, twist behind, bring it forward. Forward, twist, in behind. Forward, twist, in behind. Forward, twist, in behind. You get the idea. We'll come back when this is done. All right, I am really glad for the safety line, because here we drop the this here stitch. So I'm going to bring it back inside. Not sure how that stitch got dropped, but it did. You can see how it's barely even caught. So we're going to come back through. Grab the edge here of the one above it. And then we're going to come back down into that stitch. And now it's captured. Just like it never went sideways. Still have no clue why we ended on the same side. It makes no sense. I didn't do any extra knitting. 14 rows and 14 rows. So I'm now going to seam up the side here now that I have the yarn in my needle. And then I'll seam up the other side. It's not that hard to do. But I am going to remove my waste yarn first. So how I do that is I grab my 2 yarn tails. Okay. Cut it here. I mean my waste yarn tails. Cut it here. This one. Pull. This one, pull. Pull it apart. Pick this one. Pull it lightly. And it should just disconnect. But it's not doing that this time. All right. Not a big deal. Pull this one. That one disconnected. This one's just being naughty. Which is fine, it happens sometimes. Give a little pick. You have a magic loop in hand knitting? Well, I have a magic loop in machine knitting. And usually it works like magic. But just not this time. That's just a couple stitches here. There could be a little filament stuck in the ribbing. Like I said, usually that works, but it just didn't today. There she goes. All right, so that ring is done. When we look at it, it looks pretty good. No great big holes. It's all even. Still don't know why these two ended on the same side. I'm just very thankful that I was paying attention and I have this one. So I'm now going to speed sew this one, and then I'll speed sew these ones and tuck in the yarn tails. All right, so I speed sewed. Now I'm going to cut this magic loop. I'm now going to pull this and now it releases. So now we should have a complete sock, which we apparently do. I'm going to put this on my sock form, and then we'll take another photo. Okay, so there's a penny sock. You can see I have a huge hole there. Not so big of a hole here. I'm okay with that. I don't have any seaming to do. This one, yarn tail, we already weaved in. So for our first penny sock, I think that's pretty cool. This will not fit anyone in my family. I'm okay with that. I'll probably make my kid try it on though, just for, you know, photo op. But you get the idea. So there's a penny sock.
Now that I know what I can do better, we will knit sock number 2.